Hello, welcome back to Manager Accounting Software Tutorial presented by Lucian Fortune Business Solution. I am your host, Cletus Okoyomon. Join me as we begin the operations. In our last class, we we kind of show us around the various buttons and the features set up for this particular user, which can be used to carry out every necessary accounting operation. But right away, we will be looking at each of the section as required by business. First of all, I would like us to, to have a little division here. Now, in accounting or in business trade process, as the case may be, this business that is set up as the manager accounting software tutorial by Lucian Fortune, their line of trade is buying and selling of stationaries. Buying and selling of stationaries, books and stationaries. So right now, looking at it, you can see this business we have to set up by having suppliers, which is the vendor. We have vendor, we have we'll have vendors, and they will have customer. The vendor section includes the suppliers. As we can see, they're having a three suppliers here. We have the G vendor, we have the general supplier, and we have the mega papers as their suppliers, the source of their items that they sell. Now, if you want to create a new one, what you do is simply click on supplier, and then you give it a name. He's bringing out the anchor person here. You give it a name. Let's say GG events limited. Okay. And let's set up, say, okay, let's say Lagos, or whichever address you want to give it to the person. And if the person has this, if the company has email, you put it here. And let's say GG at gmail.com. GG at gmail.com. If you have the customer's photo, or the business logo, you click, and you can select. But in this case, you are seeing a Lucian Fortune logo. So right away, we close it. Now we create. You can see the details of this supplier. Now you go back to your suppliers. You see the list of your supplier. GG Events Limited has been created and added. Now this is how you use this button to create suppliers. Now let's go back. Like as I was trying to explain, in this business, they do buying and selling. Now you can imagine where the process will start from. That's the reason we said we have a division. On one hand, you're having your suppliers, the source of your goods. On the other hand, you are having customers who take off or who buys off your goods. That is where the business begins. All purchases has to do with supplier. The purchase request which you make to your supplier. After the purchase request, they value it with their purchase order, and then when you agree to buy from them and make the payment, they eventually create a purchase invoice for you. We might not be going deep into accounting knowledge, but the purpose of this tutorial is to take us through the usage of this software. Now you can take a look. After the supplier, you have the purchase quote and the purchase order, then the purchase invoice. Then you now have the debit note. Debit note is when you buy something from your supplier and there's any defect or there's any reason for you to return the goods back to the supplier, then you issue a debit note in your accounts. Then the goods received is the goods that is sent to you. Now, for your supplier, you now have the inventory, which displays the list of the items that you sell. The list of the items that you sell. That is the inventory. This is when you where you enter the inventory. For example, we want to create another inventory. The item code. Let's assume we want to say we are bringing in Oxford, Ox, Oxford dictionary, Oxford dictionary. So we can just give it an item code as let's say XD, that's the Oxford dictionaries. So it comes in copies. We can say in copies. Okay, we have it in copies. Then how do you want to value it? The valuation method, let's use first in, first out. So when do you want a reorder? I told you that this software is fully loaded. You can see you are entering your inventory items now when you want to create your inventory. So when do you want to have a reorder? At what level of quantity in store or in your warehouse that you want to reorder? Then you have accounts. Okay, does it have any custom accounts, any personalized account that you want to record this transaction? Okay, you want to fill the description line with any information? Okay, let's assume you say Oxford Dictionary. The information you want to fill in here could be the 10th edition and the year. Then you now have autofill purchase unit price. Now you can set up the amount you buy. Let's assume in this case we are buying it 5,000 naira, and then we want to sell it let's say 6,000 naira, so that when you call the product, it will automatically um, fill it up. Then do you want to have a different sales division for this item? Okay, you want to hide the name on the printed paper? So these are the things. These other ones are custom field created by the admin of this business. So now we can create. When you create, right, you can see the details of what we have just created now. The item code is XD. The name is Oxford Dictionary. If we have description, it is going to display. Now the unit is measured in what? In copies. Then the valuation method is first in, first out. Then it has yes, purchase unit price, which is checked at what? 5,000. Then it also has a default units sales unit price, which is 6,000 naira. So whenever the sales team want to make a sales and they call SD, Oxford Dictionary pops up and is populated with what the selling price. And whenever you want to buy, when you click, it also populates what with the purchase price. So that is how it is. Now we have created the XD, which is the Oxford. Let's call XD, for example. You can see Oxford Dictionary. No transaction has taken place on this item for now. So this is how um, we we use the button for the inventory to create an inventory, which will eventually be purchased and sold. So in this tutorial today, we are still talking about the vendor section. We have spoken about we have spoken about the